we are a part of this land, we are a part of the air, we are a part of the environment. So taking on this responsibility was, just, it was second nature. It was something that I felt called to do.
Hi, I'm Dometi Pongo, and welcome to The Essentials. As we've remained alone together at home to help flatten the curve of COVID-19, we wanted to tell the stories of the young people who haven't had that option. The doctors, nurses, and service workers who have put their lives at risk to save more. Today we'll meet two women whose work is vital to the well-being and protection of the Navajo Nation. Tosheena Nez, a public health educator, and Miss Navajo Nation, Shaandiin Parrish. As the virus ferociously sweeps through their land, they remain dedicated to uplifting the people and the place that raised them. What went through your mind when you realized COVID-19 had reached the Navajo Nation, and how did it affect the work that you do?
The COVID-19 virus began on the Navajo Nation at the end of March, and it began really close to my hometown. So I took the spread of the pandemic very personally, and that was hard to continue to keep my composure.
For me, it was very sad because I already understood that this disease wasn't a joke. Having all the health disparities that we presently already have, and then adding that extra layer of COVID-19 on top, it's a really bad mix.
The president of the Navajo Nation established the food distributions, and then I was putting in the physical labor to help the president distribute 700 to 1,000 boxes of food every single day. And, as Miss Navajo Nation, I'm still required to dress traditionally to represent our Navajo women. So, I was out there lifting those boxes and the cases of water and all in my
crown, jewelry on, everything.
Our priority is COVID positive patients because we want them to stay home. A good chunk of what I do in my role and how I contribute to the team is a lot of communication regarding getting supplies to where we're at, and then distributing it.
In my capacity to think about how it's impacting our elders, that broke my heart, because our elders are the treasure of the Navajo Nation.
Yeah, could you talk a little bit more about how they play such a vital role in the community culturally?
The elders in our community are the knowledge keepers. They're fluent in the language. We are required to listen to them. It's cultural common sense, I guess.
And to protect the elders and really everyone in the community, what measures have been put in place, and how has that affected life for you guys?
We have our daily curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And lately we've been having our weekend curfews, which is a 57-hour curfew from Friday at 8 p.m. until Monday at 5 a.m. Everyone's required to wear a face mask in public. Social distancing is definitely enforced on the Navajo Nation. We have some new health orders that came out regarding large gatherings, which include our ceremonies.
And then being in the house all weekend, how has that affected folks' mental health? How has it affected you personally?
But when you spend 8 weekends now by yourself, you think it's fun, you'll get to a few days of relaxation. But then the worry of the world around us starts to creep in.
I go and I pick up water every day. So understanding that there was going to be a 57-hour curfew, I was worried. I was very worried. And when it came down to it, I did have to leave the house. We were running out of water. If it came down to it and I did get a ticket, then I would have to, go to court and tell them, hey, I don't have running water, what do you want me? What should I have done about it?
This past weekend, I spent the weekend with my grandma and my great-grandma. They don't have running water, and they rely heavily on hand sanitizer and staying away from the public. We're realizing the urgent need for the basic necessities of running water and electricity. And I say electricity as a necessity because many of our people need refrigerators so that they could refrigerate their medication. A lot of the people that don't have electricity tend to veer away from fresh vegetables and and fresh produce because they don't have the electricity to keep it refrigerated. You know, it's 2020 and people don't have electricity. They don't have running water.
How will this ordeal dealing with COVID-19 change you personally? And how do you think it'll affect the next generation of Navajo people?
COVID-19 on the Navajo Nation has definitely affected everybody in their own ways. It's something that will always be remembered in our nation's history.
There's going to be a dark cloud over the reservation for a while, and you know, that dark cloud's not going to leave within just a few years. I know it'll linger because it's not a small thing, you know, losing people in the community.
But on a personal level, it's helped me think about, what do I know? What am I able to give to the next generation? How is the next generations of being Navajo, what is that going to look like?
But also remembering our ancestors, remembering how they fought, remembering everything that they did, but also considering what we're doing here, what we're doing today, and making sure that we can do our best in this fight and make these changes so that 7 generations down the line, they can be taken care of, they can be healthier, they can be in a much better condition than we are now.
We're still here, and that we're still striving, and we're still continuing to be who we are as Navajo people.